Hey, how was your Saturday night?
What's up, Mark?
Not much. Let me ask you first. Did you go to sleep? How many messages between all the various social forums and I mean, besides Neil Solondz, who else cool reached out to you?
Yeah, so I had about a little over 500 unread text messages. I went to bed at 4 after replying to every single one of those messages.
Wow.
That's something I take you know, um, a lot of passion into and a lot of thanks, thanking everyone that supported me. To name a few guys that was really cool to hear from, some old teammates and guys I've ran across the league, like Ryan Braun, Adam Wainwright, Liam Hendricks, Whit Merrifield, old teammate. Just to name a few guys like that, which was really cool. All my old teammates and friends, heard from them. Really cool. It was a special moment, but we still got work to do.
Gotcha. And then you're going to forgive your wife for leaving?
You heard that she left? No, yeah. So her family, my mom, my stepdad, they all left. The only people that stayed was my sister, my dad, and his fiance. But I told them I'm glad that they left because I'm a firm believer and everything happens for a reason. And who knows if they would have stayed if that would have happened. So it was. I'm sure they regret it a little bit, but I'm by no means got upset.
And one last thing, Brett, is it was a while till you got to the interview room last night. What was holding you up?
Yeah, so during the celebration, just exhausting a lot of energy and almost passed out. I didn't realize I was dehydrated. I had to get an IV. First time getting an IV, but just laying. When I went in the training room, my resting heart rate was over 140. Just laying there, and they're like, man, we gotta chill you down, chill out. And so that was but it was all worth it, just a little hyperventilation going on, excitement.
So I guess you could have been the first guy to win a World Series game and go to the hospital on the same night. You wanted to avoid that, right?
I think I would have been the first. I probably am the first to almost hyperventilate after that anyways.
Thank you.
Yep.
Juan?
Hey, Brad, how's it going, man?
Hey, Juan.
Does it kind of feel real now? I mean, obviously yesterday there was a lot of emotion and everything that was kind of going on, but now that you had some time to kind of settle down, does it kind of feel real that you possibly had the biggest hit in Rays history?
It's hard for me to have fully taken in just because there's so much work to be done. We have 2 games and our main focus right now is to win the World Series. As much as I would like to enjoy the moment from last night, it's behind us now. And now we have to use that energy and that passion towards these next couple games, and 2 more to go. That's our main focus.
Brad, why was it so important for you to kind of, even though you didn't make the roster last round, just to stay involved and do the whiteboard and all those kind of things? And what was kind of that so important for you? Where does that kind of come from?
That's what it's all about, regardless if I was on the roster or not, just being a good teammate, keeping that energy. That's just who I am. This isn't forced. What you see is what you get. And any chance I can make a difference, always positive, I'm going to take advantage. And yeah, I was a coach last series, but now call me like Jackie Moon, player coach.
John Romano?
Hey, Brett. So from all those text messages you got, who had the best line? Who cracked you up?
I saw a couple memes in there. There was some explicits that kind of made me laugh, but I won't say. It was all just. It was really special for me just to see the people saying there's no one better that deserves it. Like, you're a really good teammate. Like, I'm happy for you. Like, stuff like that means the most to me. Just to see like the difference, or that the impact I had on some of these guys that I never thought I would. Like, I'm saying veteran players texting me saying that's awesome is really cool.
And while you're getting the IV, was there a TV in the room? Were you able to watch highlights, or what were you doing during that?
Oh, they had to like cover my eyes with a towel just because like I had a pounding migraine. And so I just wasn't looking at the light, but I was just trying to slow my breathing down and I was relaxing, hanging out.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, good seeing you.
Justin Granite.
What's going on, Brett? So
Okay.
my 2-month-old wakes up during the Rosa Reina at bat, and my dad's here from out of town. He gets him, brings him downstairs with us. And after all the chaos, he says to me, "We're going to tell your son about this moment for the rest of our lives." And I say that because that is one of countless baseball fans' experiences last night, whatever that experiences was. Have you taken this time or a moment to appreciate the history that you created for the overall game and what that means for fans for the rest of their lives?
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm looking forward to meeting your son in the future, Justin. It's hard for me to comprehend. It's hard for me to really understand what's going on. And like I said yesterday, many times, I feel so blessed, but there's still a lot of work to do. So I'm kind of not letting myself get to the point to enjoy it fully and understand until we win it all.
Neil.
Hey, Brett. Rodney talked last night about the 2 years he spent managing you in the Astros organization. Tell me what he meant to you there and how much easier it's made it for you to transition here, the fact that you knew him and had that comfort level.
Yeah, Rodney and I, we go back to low A, high A, double A. Him and I won a California League championship together, which was awesome. But it's always good to have guys that who know that you're good, who know that you can make an impact on this team when you're going to a team. Just like Bobby Heck, he's the guy that drafted me when I was with Houston. And so guys like that are in your corner, that believe in you, it means a lot. And I'm just glad that I could, make them look good, so to say. And that's what it's all about, just making people look good.
And how long have you had the rapport with Bobby since he drafted you? Has there been kind of ongoing communication between the two of you?
No, we hadn't talked until I came over here. And the first thing I said to him, I was like, I never really got to thank you for everything you did for me. He's the guy that drafted me. Yeah, Jeff Loonhound might have been the GM at the time, but Jeff Loonhound had no clue who I was. Bobby was the guy who his eyes were on the scene, who knew what type of player I was. And I just thanked him for that. I said, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to play professional baseball. And because you're one of the number one reasons. Him and the area scout, John Martin, you got to give him some love as well.
Thank you.
Adam Berry.
Brett, I'm curious because you gave the shout out to Dan Johnson last night. As a kid from Seminole, do you remember where you were when he hit the home run in 2008, and then in Game 162, what those meant to you as a fan? And then if you, kind of playing off Justin's question, been able to process what that moment last night might mean to an eighth grader or high school at Seminole right now?
Yeah, I don't know exactly where I was, but all I do know is that was a shot heard around Tampa Bay for sure. And to be in the same sentence with him, he's a hero. Those highlights always get played when they talk about Rays playoff baseball, and it's special to be in that group with him. I'm sorry, I don't remember the other question.
That was it. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Tim Brown.
Hey, Brett, Blake was on earlier, and he was talking about your being on the roster, then off the roster, your attitude throughout that entire thing. And he said, if not for that attitude, for the way you sort of embraced where you were, who you were, and all that maybe that moment last night doesn't happen because you're not as sort of prepared for it. And I'm curious, A, that, and B, also, does that apply to your real life as well? Do you carry that same sort of thing? And how does that play out in the real world for you?
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up, Tim. I'm a firm believer in what you put into life, you're going to get out, whether it's negative or positive, right? So for me, just I said this yesterday, just having an unrelenting belief with everything that it's going to work out for the best. And regardless, if you may be going through a storm in your life, that, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And to bring that over here in my baseball situation, in the big leagues, I haven't had, what I would, so to say, write up like how I would want my big league career to have gone so far. But just having this just positive attitude and, you know, bringing energy every day, giving energy as opposed to sucking energy, that everything is going to work out for the best. And, you know, it's really cool to see that writing on the wall for me here in this season of life and in this season of baseball as well.
What is that walk-off moment in your real life? What's that look like? Do you have one of those where maybe it's not millions of people screaming and yelling, but you in your heart know?
Yeah, you know, honestly, just just people in general showing love and respect, and me giving it, you know, obviously just seeing people's face light up when I'm talking to them and encouraging them, making them happy. I feel that same happiness in my heart.
When you said last night, hey, I can't remember the exact wording, but go ahead and dream. It's closer than you think. Is it possible you were talking to yourself at 12 or 14 or 16?
That's exactly what I was saying, because kids, you know, in my best friend, I get a text from my best friend, Mike Mann. You're going to appreciate this. We were in the backyard at 8, 9, 10 years old, playing that same situation with a wiffle ball bat. Hey, bases loaded. Hey, 2 outs. You're down by 1 in the World Series. Like, he texted me that, and like, he's like, I remember going through travel ball, stuff like that. That's what it's all about. And that's what these kids need to, you know, understand and realize. Keep having those dreams. Keep saying, like, have that belief and that positive and that hard work ethic and treating people with love and respect. And I promise you, you may not be a Major League Baseball player, but things are going to look up for you somewhere in your life. Even if you may not, you know, right now in your life, things may not be going well, but just having this positive, unrelenting belief that things will work out and continue just to love and respect everyone. I promise it comes back to you always.
Thank you, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Daniel?
Hey, Brett. Everybody was chasing you to celebrate, and nobody went with Randy. What was going through your mind? Did you have any direction? Where do you want to go? What were you thinking in that moment?
That's a funny question, Daniel. I had no clue what I was doing. That's the first time I've ever hit a walk-off in the World Series. So that's like riding around like an airplane looked cool because I saw KK do it in a video. And so I just took off, and no direction in mind, just all pure joy and excitement.
Tom Hodgesworth?
My man, Tom.
Tom, looks like you're muted.
Come on, Tom, you're better than that.
Can you hear me?
There he is.
Hey, I don't know if you saw on social media, I'm down if you've had a chance to check out a whole lot of that, although you're so active. All the love you got last night from Brewers fans. Well, what does it mean to still have that kind of support, you know, a couple of years later, and to have made that kind of impact on an organization?
Yeah, that's really special to see the Brewers fans and also the Royals fans sending all their love and happiness for me. It shows that I made somewhat of an impact, even though if it wasn't through my skill set or I didn't help them, you know, win any World Series or playoffs games, but it just shows that, you know, I made an impact in a positive way there. And for them to send their love and congratulations, it means a lot. Thank you, guys.
I was also wondering if you had heard from Will Smith. You still have a pretty famous mom joke video that has cult status in Milwaukee. If you know.
I saw it resurfacing. I'm just glad, Tom, that people know me for some baseball videos now, as opposed to laughing, wrangling, you know, stuff like that. I'm glad I'm not just a movie star anymore.
Thanks, man.
Good seeing you, Tom.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for your questions. Thanks, Brett.
See you guys.